What's going on, nation? Today I want to discuss with you guys one major mistake that could be holding back your squat progression, especially when it comes to how much weight you can lift. And it has to do with maintaining your center of gravity to get the most amount of pushing power or pushing force up to lift as much weight as possible. But what I've noticed with a few of my friends in the gym, that as they go down, instead of coming down like this and being able to sit back and keeping their heels on the ground and then pushing through their heels to come back to the top, what's happening is, one of my friends in particular, when he would go down, he would start to come on his toes like this, and his heels would come off the ground. Now what happens when your heels come off the ground? Number one, you get a ton of pressure in your knees, which is very bad, can cause an injury. And number two, instead of just trying to fight the weight and drive that force up, now you're also trying to fight your body from falling forward like this. So you're getting a lot of spinal flexion as you come up, and you're basically just not lifting the maximum amount of weight. It's not going to happen for you. So I noticed this was happening to one of my friends, and so I had him re-rack the barbell, and I wanted to do a quick test. I wanted to see if it was a flexibility issue first. So I had him rack the barbell, and then I had him hold on like this to check his flexibility, and he was able to come down and come up like this with absolutely no problem and no spinal flexion. He was able to keep his chest up and go ass to grass and come back to the top. And so I was thinking, well, what is causing him to lean forward and push through his toes? So then I had him lower the weight and do another repetition, and then that's when I noticed it. And so this might be something that you guys are doing too. So if you're feeling pressure in your knees, or if you're feeling like your heels are coming off the ground, make sure you pay attention. And he actually was doing high bar squatting, okay? And I high bar squat as well. And I'm going to show you guys first the difference between high bar squatting and low bar squatting so I can explain what's happening. Now when you high bar squat, you want to keep the barbell across your traps like this. You're going to keep your elbows underneath the barbell, and then in order to maintain your center of gravity, you need to keep the barbell over your hips as you go down. So that means you're going to be more upright as you come down, and then come right up by pushing through your heels. Now, low bar position, you grab a bit wider, you bring the barbell down to about here, and now because the barbell is lower on your back, in order to maintain its position over your hips, you have to lower yourself differently. So instead of keeping your chest up really high and coming straight down like this, you're going to keep your chest up, but you're going to sit back a bit more, and your upper body is going to be more parallel to the ground. But as you guys can see, the barbell is still over my hips, allowing me to maintain my center of gravity and push through my heels and get back to the top. Now, what was happening with my friend, and this could be happening with you, is that he was actually combining high bar and low bar squat form, and that was causing him to lean forward. And so what I mean by that is, if you have a high bar squat form like this, and the barbell's resting across your traps, but you lower yourself like you would for a low bar squat, you guys can see the barbell's not over my hips, it's actually over my knees, and it's pushing into my neck. And if I had a lot of weight on this barbell, it would be pulling me forward like this, causing a lot of spinal flexion. Then as I would push back up, I'd be pushing through my toes with the weight of the barbell still across my traps and my neck. And so basically what I had to do with him is reteach him that a high bar squat form is keeping your chest up and lowering straight down like this. So if you guys are finding that when you do your squats, your heels are coming off the ground and you're getting excessive pressure in your knees, it could be because you're combining both of these forms together, and that's why you're having issues. So if you want to maximize that squat form and lift as much weight as possible, make sure you know the difference between high bar squatting and low bar squatting. And I actually have a video that goes over both of these methods a bit more in depth, and I'll link to this video down in the info section below. I hope this video helps you guys fix your squat form. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and as always, more good stuff coming soon. See you guys.